What's up, guys? It's Zero here. Today we're talking about Far Cry 7 and the first details that got potentially leaked. Let's talk about it. So guys, in an article coming to us from Tyler Fisher of Comic Book, the first Far Cry 7 details have potentially been leaked courtesy of a casting call out of Ubisoft. The next Far Cry game has not been formally announced by Ubisoft, but it has been widely reported that it is in development at Ubisoft. And considering it has been 4 years since Far Cry 6, it's not too surprising to hear that a new Far Cry game is in the works. However, because it has not been announced, there are currently no details on the game. To this end, if a new leak is accurate, they are the first details on it. So, my history with Far Cry, guys, kind of, it stems back from, really Far Cry Primal. I even was playing, Far Cry 5 was probably my favorite Far Cry I've ever played. Absolutely love that title. Even, Far Cry 4, Far Cry 3, there's a number of these titles that I've really enjoyed, and I love how they have like different takes on in like different areas, different places that you're going to within the Far Cry universe. I would say that my favorite has certainly been Far Cry 5. I thought Far Cry 6 was better than what some people thought, but obviously, the anticipation for a Far Cry 7, people are always looking ahead to a game like this in terms of, another first-person shooter that I think could, definitely be something really special building off of Far Cry 5, Far Cry 6. It'll be really interesting to see what they do here with Far Cry 7. And Ubisoft, in the current state it's in, needs to knock this thing out of the park. There is absolutely no question about that. Now, the casting call and the information it leaks has since been taken down, but not before a Reddit user collected the details it reveals and posted them online. And according to these details, the game revolves around a wealthy family who engage in a power struggle that evokes succession, and it appears New England is the setting of the new game. The plot seems to revolve around a wealthy family called the Bennetts: Layla, Dax, Bry, Christian Henry, and Krista. The family members engage in a power struggle similar to the series Succession. One of the villains is named Ian Duncan, described as a conspiracy theorist with an army of believers, and an envy of the wealthy elite and the power they wield. Alongside these characters are two other who appear to be secondary, John McKay and a doctor named Safna Kazan. Another detail is that New England is mentioned several times in the descriptions, suggesting this could be the setting. Look, guys, from what I'm hearing, at least, and like I said, you got to take all of these leaks, these details with a pinch of salt, because we do not know if these are real. The fact that they were taken down is an interesting ordeal, but nonetheless, this reminds me a lot, just from the plot that was leaked out, it reminds me a lot of Far Cry 5. And that really excites me because that was my favorite Far Cry up to this point in time. I think it could be something really interesting, especially a setting in New England. I think that could be a pretty cool place to have Far Cry 7. But, obviously this idea of like a succession and, it's similar to that from the series, the actual show itself. It's really interesting. A lot of it sounds like it could very well be legit, but we got to take it with a pinch of salt, no doubt. But overall, from what I'm hearing, sounds like Far Cry 5 has these, definitely has similarities to that of like the Succession series. So I'm all in for sure. Of course, take everything here with a grain of salt. Nothing here is official, and even if something here is accurate, it is also subject to change that could render it inaccurate over time. At the moment of publishing, Ubisoft has not commented on this potential Far Cry 7 leak, and the speculation is created within the Far Cry community. We do not anticipate this changing for a variety of reasons, but if it does, we will be sure to update the story accordingly. So it's really just giving us like this idea, guys, a leak that this could potentially be something that is actually true. And obviously with them taking down the leak and all of that as quickly as they did, it gives me an idea that there's a possibility that this is actually true. This leak actually is true, and there's definitely things about it that are real. And so I'm all down for that. I'm completely on board with this setting in New England, a Succession type of story similar to that of like a Far Cry 5. I think it could be absolutely incredible, to say the least. And I think Ubisoft, guys, is in a position where they need Far Cry 7 to, get knocked out of the park, because obviously with Assassin's Creed Shadows and a number of their projects that they're working on, they are in a really bad situation currently as a company. And so this could be a big pivotal game for Ubisoft. I've been, pounding the table for a new Splinter Cell, and obviously the Splinter Cell remake is going to be coming out. This could be another one that really helps them kind of right the ship in the right direction. And so with that being said, guys, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts about this in the comment section down below about Far Cry 7. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's have a real conversation about it. And for more Far Cry 7 content and videos, keep it right here.